elevation and love. I hope y'all been taking care of yourself. I hope that the time that I've been away has been full of proactive results in your life. I hope that you've gained a greater connection with yourself in a loving manner. I hope that you're applying unconditional love in your life to the best of your ability. I hope that you are analyzing the way you were raised versus the way that you are carrying out your life right now. Now, my intention with this video is just to further encourage you, because that's all we want to do here. I'm not here to preach to you. I'm not here to teach you something you didn't know. I'm just here to remind you of how great you are and the challenge that you have to uphold, which is learning how to love unconditionally. And that starts with the self before it can manifest itself outward. Now, throughout life, we're going to come across all kinds of characters that are going to tempt us and test us, trick us into believing that we have to love them unconditionally first before we love ourselves unconditionally, or before we even know ourselves. I want you to understand that the person who is most important in your life to learn to understand and to learn to live with is yourself. And as far as living and loving yourself unconditionally, this goes as far as how you look, how you think, how you implement those thoughts, and your morals and values. Now, some people, they don't have the same morals and values, which is cool. If you feel that you're missing something as far as morals and values, morals and values is something that you learn along the way of life, right? And if having a good taste for sense wasn't something that your parents put in you growing up, and you realize that as an older person or as an adult, it's never too late to gravitate towards that information. It's never too late to adopt a new reality, a new way of thinking. So I encourage you to step into that mindset that you will be great no matter what others think about you, and then sometimes no matter what you think about yourself. You have to have confidence in yourself that you'll make it through any obstacle. And you have to make it through any obstacle. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to yourself. That's the only person you owe it to, is yourself. For all we know, is that something created us, right? Something created a first version of us that then manifested itself along the line, and here we are, right? Now, we owe nothing to whatever this source is that created us, because we were created unconditionally. Right? Out of this void of unknowingness, because you wasn't aware of yourself until you was aware of yourself, right? So that's why I say unknowingness. You didn't know until you knew. But once you know that you exist, then you craft your own way of being. That's logical. That's productive. I encourage you all to gravitate towards being a sensible being. And this means asking the right questions, solving the problems that you have in your life or that you see around you for a better life, for better results as far as living. If we continue to go about life without logic of survival, then we will fall with the idea of uncertainty. And uncertain can be a multitude of things. It can be, I don't know what I want to wear today, right? Something as simple as I don't know what I want to wear today could be the fall of mankind or humanity. Because depending on your role in this environment and your place in society, you have things that you need to do, you know, and if you're not there to do those things, you know, situations change, things happen. So I say, being sure about yourself, right? Being sure about yourself to a point where the only person that you're looking to impress is yourself. The only person that really matters to the only person that matters to impress should be yourself before all. And knowing that if you impress yourself, that of course others will be impressed as well. I mean, that's not to say be boastful and go and be proudful in front of people, you know, but if through all of it, the goal is that you expressing yourself is very important when it comes down to self-love, because people are loving every day. I mean, not loving, but people are learning every day a different definition of love, a different meaning of love, and it has gone through so many transitions that people don't know how to do it anymore. People don't know how to do it anymore to a point where they want things that they don't want. Like, for example, women. And I'm not getting down on women. I'm just saying, I'm just using this as an example. Women want to wear trashy clothing, but they don't want trashy attention, right? Women want to walk out in public half-dressed and expect men to not lash out at them in that type of way. But logic will have you to know, just logic will have you to know that there is a characteristic, there is a mentality that's attached to the dress code right? There's a mentality, and you can't change it. You know what I'm saying? Fashion is doing its part. The media is doing its part to make sure that all of these fashions, right, all of these trends are attached to a personality. So when you come out looking the way you look, people don't even have to say anything to other people, because they can identify you based on what you're wearing, right? At least that's what they think. They can identify you based on what you're wearing. So when you know this, if you're not in a place to change the perception of the dress code, you follow along with it, right? And if not, you have to start a revolution, right? You got to start a revolution that says, wearing this mini skirt means that I'm a businesswoman, or that I carry myself with confidence. You gotta go so far outside of the box to create that narrative that is it worth it? Is it worth it to prove a point? Or do you say, I want people to respect me as I respect myself, because that's what's needed, right? That's what's needed. Respect is what's needed at the end of the day. No, let's go straight. Respect is what's needed at the end of the day, but it only comes from you respecting yourself. Respecting yourself is just a reflection of self-love, right? And that's what people will see. People will see all that you are in the darkest moment. In the lightest moment, people will see all that you are, and all that you show them that you are, according to the knowledge that they know things to be, right? We know what a dog look like, we know what a duck look like, and nobody can tell you any different, because that's what you learned. That's what society, that's what the whole identifies it as. So don't come outside half dressed thinking that you're not going to turn heads. You're going to turn heads, and you're going to arouse some people, because some people got some weird fetishes in these days and times. You see what I'm saying? But the idea is that we are moving strategically through all of it. You're moving strategically. Self-love could be expressed at home, in the privacy of your own house, if that's how you want to be. But, you know, if you want that respect, you got to come out and show that you want respect. You don't just get respect out the gate. It hasn't been that way. Again, like I was saying before, unless you want to start a revolution and do something about it, in which most are not. We just need to sit back and learn the proper context of self-love. Take care of yourself. Carry yourself with a higher standard. Taking what you've learned growing up and creating more of what you need for your life. I love y'all.